Hey everybody! So excited to be with you guys tonight. It's Meredith, your Mac Boss Self-Confidence Producing Sales Coach, Intrinsic Business Strategist, the IBS you want. Super excited to come on tonight and talk about a creative plan. A plan that is based upon things that are intrinsically you, so that you're aligned with your inner intuition, your natural navigation system, who you intrinsically are at the core. Be clear on your vision, your mindset, and really declutter your mind of all the mind garbage that you've been told all your life. Many of us were told maybe we're clumsy, four eyes, Oreo, you can't speak well, the things you want in your life are not yours to have, you're not that creative, nothing special about you. And all of those things are completely untrue. In order to really delve deep into your creative side, to really bring out the impact that you bring to the world that no one else can bring but you have to devise a plan. Know your story. Know who you intrinsically are. Declutter your mind. Get out of the mind garbage. Keep your eyes on your own paper. Stop the comparisonitis. My creative skills have nothing to do with anybody else's creative skills, and theirs don't have anything to do with me. I am a planner by nature. Thanks whoever joined. I'm a planner by nature. I have always liked to plan. I have always liked to create and devise a strategic plan of action to get me from where I am to where I want to be with ease, grace, finesse, and tenacity. Thanks whoever else joined. I literally cannot go without a plan. Like, I plan to plan. And I do it in a way that's unique to me. I need to know specific things. Like, people, I saw someone the other day said, who are your ride and die friends? And I'm always like, why do we have to die? Where are we going? I'm not the friend that gets in the car and just drives endlessly without having a direction. Even when I'm being spontaneous, my goal is to get somewhere, not really putting a time schedule, but I know where I'm going because I need to know how much gas I'm going to put in my car. I need to know what to pack. I need to know what kind of clothes I'm going to wear. There are things I need to know. But I'm also creative in the way that I help my clients. I'm also creative in the way I live my life. I'm also creative in the way I parent my children. I'm a very creative friend. My spirituality is basically created and masterpiece of its own. But one of the ways that I learned to be creative, one of the ways that I learned to really own who I am, what I believe, how I stand up for myself and others, is to delve into my story. Delve into who I intrinsically am. I went through several different mindset hacks, mentoring, coaching, counseling, so that I could really figure out who the hell I was and what I stood for and what I wanted to bring to the world. What were my creative tenacity? Like, what do I bring that no one else can bring? And I bring strategy. I bring a plan of action that gets you seamlessly from where you want to be to where you want to go with ease, grace, finesse, and tenacity. And I do it with fun. I do it with laughter. I do it with tweaking things as I go along. I'm open-minded. I'm not rigid in any way. I really believe that there's 15 ways to skin a cat, even though I've never skinned a cat in my life. In fact, I only had one cat when I was younger, and it died suddenly. I think that a lot of people get caught up in the bullshit and the noise in their head. They're so focused on trying to be like the Joneses, be like Sarah, Joan, Philip, all the people that have their own story. How in the world can you be creative and bring to the world an impact that only you can bring if you're copycatting other people? You're not bringing your own juices. You're not bringing your own ice cream to the yard. You're bringing Tom, Dick, Sarah, and all these other people's ice cream, but it's not genuine. It's not authentic. It's not soulful. It's just you copying someone else. So I challenge you, really delve deep. What do you like to do? What's your favorite color? What lights you up? What can you do better than anybody else you know, and teach somebody else to do the same thing? What would you do if you didn't get paid to do it? If you could have your dream life, what would it be? And don't just talk about the hats that you wear. You're a mom, you're a business owner, you go to, Bethlehem Baptist Church. Talk about, I like the color purple. I like to sit on the beach and hope that an ice cream truck comes by. I like to sleep. I love good, nutritious food that feeds my soul and my body. I like to cook, and I like to cook with different ingredients and mix and match things so that it's just as flavorful but also as nutritious. I don't like to talk on the phone, but I'll text you all day. I don't I'm not the mom who sits on the floor and plays with her kids, but I'm the mom who hugs and kisses her kids and plays with them in the bathtub. Who are you at the core? If you strip away all the titles that you are, who are you really? And what do you do that nobody else does, that nobody else brings to the table but you? And a lot of people have had their intuition and their even the very essence of their creativity squelched because they were told that they couldn't do what they wanted to do, that what they were going to do maybe weren't going to make them the kind of income that would sustain them. Many people were told different things. I was told that I needed to teach, live next to my grandmother, and stay in my hometown, and that anything outside of that I was going to fail and fall on my face. Well, guess what I did? I went to a different college, majored in a different career, moved 4.5 hours away, married the least less likely, changed my faith, changed it again, changed it a third time, had the most beautiful little girl after I was told I'd never have kids and ever. And I own my truth completely. I'm not the marrying kind. I'm one of those people. How would I have known that if I had never gotten married? I am not the mom who gets on the floor and plays with her kids, but I'm the one who loves and kisses her kids and makes sure that they have all the love in the world. And at the core, I like the F word. But all of that took time and delving deep into who I am, what I believe, who I serve, and how I bring impact into the world. I taught for 8 years, but I had nothing like the passion I have for coaching and the passion that I have for mediating in my other practice. But had I followed the trail of other people and let them decide what was best for me, I wouldn't be where I am today. The pain, the anguish, but the growth and the catapulting of my life was worth it. I like to color. I'm almost 40 years old and I will sit and color all day, and sometimes I'm in the lines and sometimes I'm not. But you know what? I own it. And I think the key to opening the box of creativity, opening the box of delving deep into who you truly are at the core, comes from owning who you are. I'm obsessed with my mom. I'm almost 40 and I'm literally a mama's girl. Like if she were to come over right now, I'd probably have her sitting here next to me, holding her hand or laying on her shoulder. Not because I'm a baby, not because I can't stand on my own 2 feet, because I do that quite well. It's because we have a special bond that has yet to be compared. Like nothing compares to it. And it's the most amazing and magical relationship I've ever had. And I'm starting and laying the seeds out for my little girl so she can be creative. That little girl has the most amazing musical talent. And she's so bright. And she's such an extrovert when I am a diehard introvert. But I'm teaching her to own who she is. I'm teaching her to own her creativity, that it's okay if you don't color inside the box. Hello, Tammy. How are you? And I'm teaching her to be who she's always wanted to be. And I'm teaching her to stand on her own 2 feet, not to the point that if she's having unreal responsibilities at 5.5 years old, but that she knows that it's okay if she sucks her thumb as long as it doesn't upset her growth of her teeth. And by the way, her dentist is extremely impressed with her dental health. Kudos for mom. And I just think that it's important, as if you're a parent or if you're a coach, to cheer people that you have been trusted with. Cheer them on. Don't squelch their creativity. Don't squelch their natural juices. Don't tell them that it has to be done X, Y, and Z when that may not be what works for them. I teach my clients how to show up authentically and soulfully, and I have a step-by-step process that's worked for me, but I give it to them so that they can cultivate it and customize it for them so that I don't squelch their creativity. I work with all kinds of creatives, intuitives, people all over the world, all over the country, towel companies, janitors, every freaking amazing brick and mortar versus online community you've ever seen. But one of the things I love is seeing other people's creative juices flow, seeing their creativity come to life. And it's important. And if you are entrusted with people and you're entrusted with children, you're entrusted with your mate, you're entrusted with your clients and customers, figure out what makes them tick and what makes them light up. And then if you don't know how to engender that in other people, maybe it's because you're not engendering it in yourself. If you know how to do something, whether it's knitting, whether it's crocheting, whether it's, how to smoke and never smell like you're a smoker, I know how to do that. I think that you should tell the world how to do it and monetize it. Monetize your creativity. Don't sit under a bushel. Let the world know what creative juices that you have and what creative talents you have and monetize it. There's nothing wrong with monetizing your talent. That's why we have artists who sing. That's their talent and they're monetizing it. And there's nothing wrong with that. We've lost some amazing musicians over the last few years and we've gained some pretty crappy ones. But you know what? You know why they're famous and you know why they're on the runway singing? Because somebody told them, somebody who must have been tone deaf, told them that they could sing and they could make money and they could do what lights them up and they could be anything they wanted to be. And sometimes even after we're adults, we still need someone to engender that in us. You can go far. You can do anything you want to do. Whatever you want is yours to have. And I challenge you to sit down with yourself, even if it's just 5 minutes at night, in the morning, at lunch, whatever it is, and think about what lights you up. What can you do and you would love to do it and you'd love to monetize it? Maybe it's creating logos for companies all over the country. Maybe it's making a strategic plan to help people balance work with play. Whatever it is that you do well, whatever lights you up, that's your creative passion and you should utilize it and you should run with it. Run with it. Life is such a short event. Go through this life with passion, tenacity, creative juices, owning yourself, owning your truth, owning your voice soulfully, authentically. Because once you leave, the only thing you're going to leave behind is your impact. Who you served, who you helped, what lives you touched, who you made smile, who you paid it forward towards. I challenge you to do a couple things before I close out. Find someone that you don't know and do something nice for them, based solely on the fact that it's just a nice thing to do, that you may never get a thank you, they may never know who you are, or they might, but you're doing it from the genuine place in your heart for someone nice. Then find someone that you do know, that you know needs something, that you can afford them, whether it's a cup of coffee, a single mom who needs a night away from her badass kids or her good, well-behaved children, whatever, and give her a night out. Let her know that all of her efforts are not going without, that she deserves it, or cook dinner for her family so she doesn't have to. Just go out and pay it forward. Do something nice. Be creative. Creatively pay it forward. Do something that you would never, ever think. Like, buy a personal pan pizza and some wings and a drink for a freshman who has absolutely no money. I have one in mind. Like, my sister, she calls me all the time for money because she, apparently can't eat in the cafeteria. But nevertheless, even if it's just giving something that you don't wear because you have 5 pairs of pants that you haven't seen the light of day in a year, go to the homeless shelter and donate it. What would be really cool is if you got together with a couple of friends and paid for a night or two for a homeless person in a hotel. It doesn't have to be the Ritz-Carlton. I mean, heck, the Motor Club hotel or motel. And then get them a nice dinner. I mean, what do you have to lose? It's a wonderful feeling, and it certainly takes your mind off yourself. Be creative. Go out there and show the world what you're working with. I wish you love and light. I'm Meredith, the MACSJC Self-Confidence Producing Sales Coach, the intuitive, intrinsic business strategist, the IBS that you want. If you need help in any way, shape, form, or fashion, feel free to reach out to me. I give free alchemy calls, and I have an amazing one-on-one program that I'm super excited about. So I hope you have a wonderful morning, night, afternoon, and thanks so much for this opportunity to come in and share what I know. Bye.